Today, we're going to talk about and an, or the indefinite article, and the, or the definite article. Let me tell you a story to demonstrate maybe the most important rule for when to use or an and when to use the. So a while ago, I was watching a show with some friends. At one point, a character discovers a crystal staircase. Now, one of my friends had missed this part of the show, and when she came back, she asked her husband, "So what did this character see?" And her husband replied, "Oh, she saw a crystal staircase." Now, my friend misheard her husband. She thought that he said she saw the crystal staircase. She saw the crystal staircase. So my friend was super confused. She asked, "Wait, what crystal staircase? I don't remember that." Okay, so tell me, why was my friend so confused? Well, it's because when we use the word the, it means the person we're talking to knows what we're talking about. If we use the word or an, it means that the person we're talking to is not expected to know what we're talking about. It's the first time we're talking about it. So when my friend heard the word the crystal staircase, it meant that she was supposed to know the crystal staircase. Maybe she had seen it before in the show, or maybe a character had talked about it before. So that's why she was confused, because she didn't know which crystal staircase this was. So we use or an when the person you're talking to is not supposed to know what you're talking about. So usually it's the first time you've mentioned it. And we use the when the person knows what you're talking about, when maybe it's the second time they mentioned it, or it's very clear which one it is. Okay, so here's an example. If I say, "The movie was amazing," that means you know which movie I'm talking about. Maybe I had just mentioned the movie. Maybe I'm just coming back from the movie theater and you knew that, so you know which movie is amazing. But if it's the first time I've mentioned that movie, we gotta say So I could say, "Oh, I just saw a movie. It was amazing." All right, so here are some other important rules for and when to use an and when to use the. And then we'll do some exercises. So number one, we use the for things that there are only one of in this world. For example, the world, the sky, the equator, the internet. Those are things that there are not two internets. There's just one, so we say the. And also, along with this rule, there's one that's less clear, but we often use the word the, not always, but often, for public places. For example, the store. I might say, "I'm going to the store. I'll be back in a few minutes." I don't usually say a store. I could, though. Same for the beach, the mountains, the sea, the library, the hospital. Those kind of places we often use the for. Sometimes even the park. So that's a general rule. You can notice, you might hear native speakers using the to refer to those places. Rule number two. This is when we don't use the. We don't use the when we're talking about things in general facts about things. We instead use the plural, use it with an S. For example, if I'm talking about cats, I might say cats are cute. So I don't say the cat is cute or the cats are cute. No, I just say cats are cute. I might say the cats are cute if I'm talking about a specific group of cats. For example, I went to a cat cafe last week. The cats there were so cute. So the cats refers to the cats at the cafe. And I use the because in a cat cafe, there are probably cats. If we're talking about an uncountable noun, something I cannot count, like water, time, orange juice, love, things like that. We don't use the when we're talking about things in general, but we do use, of course, that singular verb. So for example, I can say orange juice is delicious. Not the orange juice, just orange juice. I'm talking about all the orange juice in the world. So more examples of this might be sharks don't usually attack people. Talking about all sharks in general. Water is essential for life. Cars often break down after around 12 years. Furniture is expensive. All right, rule number 3. The first time you mention something, if it's countable, right, you can count it, don't forget to use a or an. So for example, I might say, I bought a book, not I bought book. I bought a book. I have a neighbor next to me that likes to play loud music. We were on a ship. So this is important. For example, the other day, someone told me we rode on ship. And they didn't have the word there. And then maybe the way they said ship wasn't exactly pronounced completely correctly. So because there was no there, and maybe ship wasn't pronounced exactly correctly, my mind was trying to understand this person, and I thought I heard sheep, because grammatically that would make sense. We rode on sheep because sheep can be plural, 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. So we rode on sheep would be correct, but it would be incorrect to say we rode on ship. We'd have to say we rode on a ship, or we rode on some ships. So anyway, that's just another reminder of why sometimes even these small grammatical rules can be important. But so don't forget to study them. At the same time, don't be too anxious about getting everything correctly. Many times people will understand you if you forget to use a or an. All right, rule number 4. For most countries, cities, languages, and companies, we don't use a, an, or the. Here are some examples. We say, I live in France, not the France. I speak Indonesian. Now, exceptions to this rule are countries that are abbreviated, like the USA. We don't say just USA, or the UK, the UAE. Or countries that are plural, that have the S there, the Netherlands. We don't just say Netherlands, the Netherlands, the Philippines, the Bahamas. And lastly, if you say the full name of a country, we should use the Republic of Ireland. If you just say Ireland, you don't need the, but the Republic of Ireland, you need the word the. Okay, let's look at some exercises. The correct answer should be, yesterday I saw a girl walk into the library with no shoes on. Because it's the first time I've mentioned the girl, so I use a, but the library is a public place, so we often use the word the. You could also say a library, though. I saw a girl walk into a library with no shoes on. It's okay. All right, number 2. The correct answer is, it was so cloudy last night, I couldn't even see the moon. There's only one moon, so we say the moon. The answer to number 3, I'm about to head to the store. Do you need anything? This is where we use the because it's a public place. All right, number 4. The answer is, we're going on a cruise to the Bahamas next month. Bahamas is a plural country, so we say the Bahamas, the Bahamas. And number 5. The correct answer should be, my next door neighbors have a dog and 2 cats. The dog is friendly to everyone, but the cats only like their owners. So you notice the first time I say a dog, because I don't know which dog it is, and I just say cats, not the cat. But then, because we've just mentioned these animals, we can say the dog and the cats. to show that the listener knows which ones they are. All right, that's it. Hopefully you have a better understanding of when to use and when to use the.